So, Craig, an unfortunate situation of deja vu tonight, another defeat at home. What's your summary on the game?
That's what it feels like. It feels like deja vu all over again. It's a tough one to take, really. Obviously, the first goal's not good enough. We conceding from a set piece, from a score from a yard out. We expect to deal with that better. We're better than that, and for us to concede that goal is a tough one to take. We get a little bit of joy with Marcel coming on and giving us a little bit of life, and I thought, right, we might go on and win this here. And the second goal, obviously it's difficult for us to see from our angle where it goes in the net, but it's one of them. I feel like we should be dealing with them again. And then the third goal is one of them where we've pushed everybody forward to try to get something out of the game, and they've just caught us on the counter. And so the third goals, I can sort of accept that in a sense, because we've gone for the game and we've left a little bit exposed at the back. But the first two is just, it's not the standards that we expect or we've set this year, and it's definitely something that we have to address.
Well, let's dissect the first goal a little bit further, because it was a corner routine conceded from a corner here against Peterborough Sports as well. It must be, I can't imagine, the frustration around something as sort of elementary as defending set pieces at this level.
Yeah, listen, Mark does a lot of work on the set pieces, and he sends out clips every time we play someone of what their what they do and where their set pieces go. And it's frustrating because you give out that much information and it doesn't sort of sink in. And we have to watch it back. I don't know if there's if someone's pulled a top, or Cam's been blocked, or Posh has been filled. We have to watch that back. But even then, I still expect our group to deal with stuff like that. We've worked on things like that. We know our job roles. We know what we should be doing, and I think it's more frustrating because of how good we have been at set pieces before all this, and it's a shame that it's a set piece that we've conceded at, and definitely something that we'll have to look at on Thursday in training.
Made changes through the second half and looked brighter with Marcel's equaliser, his first goal for the club. What were the half-time instructions to the players?
We talked about we had a lot of space out wide, and to try get the ball out to the wide, whether it was Jordan, Hayden, Stefan or Jamie on the wide, get there as quick as possible, because if we can move the ball, it takes them longer to get there and means we have more space. And we started to do that. We started to create a little bit of joy. Hayden and Stefan, obviously, I felt had put in a big shift. Hayden obviously hadn't played a full 90 for a while, so I thought it was time to take him off, put Reese and Marcel on. Marcel come on and made an instant impact, which is brilliant for us to see. Got a great goal, but we just never kicked on after that again, and it's a shame, because I really felt with that goal going in, we as a home team, we should be going on and winning that. And it's mighty frustrating that we've conceded goals like that.
Talk us through the last 20 minutes in particular, when those floodgates sort of started to open up in Darlington. Got some real joy, some real forward pressure, and just set piece after set piece after set piece, and then wonder goal.
Yeah, that's it. It's frustrating. We got a goal, and then we looked a little bit leggy at times. I don't know if a couple of lads were feeling tired, but we just never, after the goal, we never kicked on into the next gear, and we sort of conceded a couple of corners, which obviously when you're defending is tough. And then obviously the strike's a great strike, but I still expect us to be able to deal with that. I still expect us to get out quicker. I don't know where it's got in the net, so I don't know if Cam needs to be quicker to react. I can't say until I watch it back. But yeah, it's disappointing that we've got the goal and we should be going on to win that, and we just never really kicked on.
A big aspect, I suppose, of the defensive performance in particular this evening was the early withdrawal of Devon Matthews. Looked like a flare-up of the same thing he came off with on Saturday afternoon. And Cam Mason as well rode a heavy challenge. It looked like a little late lunge after Ben Little going for a follow-up shot. Any updates on those two players?
Yeah, I think over the past month, I think we've been very unfortunate with injuries. Obviously, We had Posha out for 2 suspensions, so you lose a massive person like him. Obviously Devon today coming out, disjoints everything, but I thought Will done very well when he stepped in. Obviously Cameron now, obviously getting a knock early in the second half doesn't help. So it's all these little things seems to be go against us, but we have to wait and see and get the physio to assess the boys and see how they're feeling and see if they're available for the weekend. We don't know where we're at the moment. It's wait for Lucia to see what she can do for us, and then we have to take the squad and see what happens going into Saturday.
I suppose that leads to the overwhelming question of where do we go from here. Obviously Hereford here on Saturday afternoon, the reverse fixture certainly wasn't an easy one by any stretch of the imagination. Then Chester and Scarborough, 2 difficult places to go away from home. What are the big things that you demand from your players? You're looking for your players. Obviously the fight back and the response is primary, but what does that entail?
Well, I think anytime we have a bad performance or we don't live up to what we expect, it's all about the reaction. And as I said, we talk a lot about collectively, and collectively as a group we'll stick together. We'll get stronger because we'll learn from our mistakes. But we need to start looking at individually and how individuals can be better, and what they can do to push this group, what they can do to make us better, and how they can affect the game more than they have been. And I think if you speak to each player in there, I think over the past month there's been certain games where we've all not been at it, where we could be better. But collectively as a group we will definitely stick together. We'll make sure we back each other, make sure that we get on top of each other to an extent where we want to push each other, because we want to make sure that the standards that we set are still there. Just because we've lost the game doesn't mean we now stop doing what we're doing. We've still got the same squad from the start of the season. We've still got the same group of players. There's no reason why we can't bounce back, why we can't show what we can do. But we just need that little bit of luck, a little bit of confidence back in our game. And I'm sure with this group of lads that a good performance won't be too far off. I'm sure they'll start doing it again for the club.
Craig, thank you for your time.
No problem at all.